Looking to play your Limitless chip in Matchday 2? Well, I've got a draft for you. For this video, I'm going to use clean sheet odds and goal scoring odds courtesy of Elevenify to justify some of the players that I'm picking. I've found so far that Elevenify seems to be the best sort of data set for predicting clean sheets, goal scoring odds, etc. It seems to be the best sort of algorithm I've found. So looking at clean sheet odds to kick us off, there's a link, by the way, to Elevenify in the description. Looking at clean sheet odds to kick us off, we've got Germany and Belgium both above 40%. Obviously, Belgium, unfortunate in their matchday 1 fixture against Slovakia, but just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I wouldn't be too worried. I'd still back them to have a chance for clean sheet, I think, in matchday 2. Croatia have got Albania. Yes, they had a poor showing against Spain, lost 3-0. I know. I said it when talking about my players, the players to buy and avoid for matchday 2 video I made. I would let that one game go and look at their record of previous fixtures because they are pretty good defensively. Ukraine up there on 37, Switzerland up there on 34, Czechia 38, Serbia actually 39. We've got Austria there on 35. So those are the top kind of teams, clean sheet odds. All right then, so moving on to the defence, bearing in mind the clean sheet odds that we looked at, I've gone for a German and English double up along with a Croatian double up and Cancelo. Cancelo, he hasn't played yet in the match week 1 at the time that I'm making this video. There is a slim chance that he doesn't start that game. So I would pick a Portuguese defender that starts in matchday 1 that you think will start in matchday 2 if Cancelo doesn't play when you're watching this video, basically. But I still think most of what I'm going to talk through is valid. Guardiola and Livakovic, I think, is a decent double up for Croatia. You're not worried about money when it comes to using your Limitless, right? So I'd go for the best Croatian defender, who I think is Guardiola, and Livakovic as their goalkeeper. Rudiger and Mittelstadt, I think, is the best double up you can go for from Germany. Rudiger, I just think, has a little bit more goal threat than Tar. We saw in his opening game against Scotland, he took, I believe, a couple of shots from outside the box. One of those could go in right in matchday 2. He certainly looks more attacking than Tar did. In fact, he looked more attacking than Kimmich did on the right-hand side, and Mittelstadt definitely got forward from left-back. So I like both of these guys. I like their clean sheet odds, and there's, I think, a chance of some attacking returns. Gone for Trent and Pickford. We might get a little bit more info as to how England are due to line up in matchday 2. The press kind of leaked the matchday 1 lineup before the tournament started, which gave us an indication that Trent was going to play in midfield. Matchday 2 is, of course, against Denmark for England, who I think have a tougher midfield, and maybe Trent doesn't quite get in the team for that one. So maybe you'd be looking to pick someone like Gahey, Walker, Luke Shaw could be back, Trippier, you know, just if you're not sure about Trent starting, just pick another England defender you're a bit more sure about, basically. And Pickford in goal, he's going to start for England, right? I think that gives you a nice mixture of good clean sheet odds and attacking potential across the defence. All right then, so looking at the predicted goals for matchday 2 then, it's very much similar across the whole group stages. We've got Mbappe, Kane, Ronaldo and Lukaku as the top strikers. I just feel Lukaku was more up for it than Kane was in matchday 1. So little hint as to who I might be picking up front. Lewandowski, will he be back? I don't know. Bruno's up there. Havertz is up there. Bellingham's up there. Obviously scored in matchday 1. Morata, Mitrovic, Dobbik, Gakpo, Giroud, Gundogan, Griezmann, Foden, Füllkrug, De Bruyne and Ramos. They're all up there in terms of, you know, top predicted goals. Portugal, England, Germany, France and Belgium are kind of the teams that are expected to score the most goals in matchday 2. So yeah, I don't think it takes too much to say that, you know, those are the players and those are the teams that you'd want to be picking players from in your midfield and forward line. So the players themselves then, I've gone for Jude Bellingham, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Leandro Trossard and Bruno Fernandes. Belgium were just very wasteful in their opening game in matchday 1, and I just feel they'll create a good amount of chances against Romania. So happily back a couple of their midfielders. Jude Bellingham was absolutely amazing against Serbia. Looked really, really good all over the pitch. Ball recoveries, goals, could get assists. I mean, the guy just looked unbelievable. I think he'll be a really good option for the rest of the game, but particularly with matchday 2 in mind and with unlimited sort of funds, just go for Jude Bellingham. Basically, I think he's a great option. And spoke about De Bruyne, Gundogan. I think he's still, in my mind, the best German midfielder. I think we just got unlucky. Anyone that picked him got unlucky in the Scotland game, that he really took a horrible challenge before the penalty. I still think he's going to be the German penalty taker if they get another one. And I just feel like he played 90 minutes in match day 1. And I think of all of the German players, he was the one that people had like the most doubt about playing 90. So it suggests to me in match day 2, he's probably playing there for 90 and got a good chance. I mean, if you prefer Musiala, Havertz, or maybe Wirtz, go for them. You've got a limited budget, right? But my pick is Gundogan, although I don't ultimately think there's too much in it between all of the German midfielders. And then Bruno Fernandes, he hasn't even played at the time that I'm making this video. I just think with the record that he has and the strength of players that Portugal have in their team, you just got to go for him, really. I think even without him playing in match day 1, to be honest, he's that good of an option based on his historic record with Portugal. I don't need to see him play to say he's going to be a good pick. Up front then, I've gone for the big 3 of Lukaku, Mbappe and Ronaldo. I'd give, respect to Havertz and Kane. They didn't quite make it into this draft because I just prefer Lukaku, Mbappe and Ronaldo, to be honest, personally. It's just my personal preference. I don't think Kane looked all that dangerous against Serbia by that one chance. Lukaku, I think, had a bit of a wasteful but decent game in match day 2. And yeah, Mbappe's the best player in the world. He's just started his game against Austria now. How he gets on, I'm not entirely sure, but I'd still back him against the Netherlands. That might be something that puts people off, the toughness of that fixture and the defenders on paper that the Netherlands have, but it wouldn't put me off. I think he's going to be fine. And then Ronaldo, going to be a great option in my mind against Turkey, so I go with him. Again, Portugal haven't played yet. And yes, I'll admit I guess there is a risk that Ronaldo doesn't necessarily start every game of the Euros. So if he doesn't play in match day 2, I'm recording this before he's scheduled to play, go for Kane instead. Kane will have it, right? He's a simple replacement. But those are the front 3 that I've picked, and explained 2 other options if you fancy them as well. Alright then, and that's the end of the video. Quick little talk through there of some data around a Limitless draft and the players that I would pick. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like rating. Let me know in the comments if you change anything about that draft. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.